Okay. How's it going? This is Beard here with my recap of my Week 1 matchup in the Season 2 of the NES League up against my friendCio. Um, well, I don't really want to talk about what happened in the match yet because obviously you're going to see what happened, but I do want to go over the team that I brought really quick and then show it to you guys. This is going to be a really quick post-com. I'm really upset about this match. Oh, that's a spoiler. Balls. Anyway, here you go. So, the first thing I brought was the Tapu Koko and Alolan Raichu combination. Honestly, this one was pretty set in the team from the beginning because I knew that I really wanted to try out this set that I was excited about that I drafted with Tapu Koko creating electric terrain and then Surge Surfer, the ability that Alolan Raichu has, letting it go double speed. And honestly, Cio's team, it only has 2 electric immunities. It has Volt Absorb on that fish Lantern, and then it has Nidoking, obviously, which he brought with him. So I figured that if I could make sure that both of those were not directly in my path, either killing Nidoking or Lantern quickly, then I could really just tee off with Electric, because it was going to be effective against most of his team. So I brought those guys, and then there was the issue of Cresselia, which just does not want to deal with Absol at all. So I brought Mega Absol. And then there's a lot of stuff that Alolan Marowak did well against this team that I wanted to have the utility for, which was, ground hits, Nidoking, fire to hit Galvantula, and Dhelmise and Lopunny, and then Ghost, which hits Dhelmise and Cresselia really well. And then, so I definitely wanted to have that as kind of a utility attacker to try and get a really, really strong hit off on something. Decidueye, it kind of moved in and out of the team, but it ended up being a mainstay when Mrs. Nerd pointed out that I was doing work against Cresselia with its physical Spirit Shackle set. And Cresselia was a really big problem for me, as you'll see in the actual video. So some of the things I was most proud of about this team, because I did some stuff it was a good idea, I just didn't execute it super duper well. Raichu has Fake Out, which was really cool because what Fake Out does, it's a priority move, so it always goes first, and if it succeeds, it causes the opponent to flinch. So the reason why that's important is because this guy, Zoroark, it disguises himself as one of your opponent's Pokemon when it comes into the field. So what Fake Out allows me to do is hit it, break the illusion, and cause it to flinch so that I don't lose a turn and I know whether or not I'm dealing with the real Pokemon or Zoroark. So it's a really cool move to just throw on there on the set because I really only needed Psychic and Thunderbolt for attacks. So that's why I did that. Another cool thing was Serena, which I didn't mention yet that I brought, is pretty much exclusively on the team to deal with Mega Lopunny, which is Cio's first round pick, probably his scariest Pokemon, other than fucking Nidoking, son of a... Anyway, Serena gets an ability called Queenly Majesty, which prevents priority moves from being used. So that allows me to stop Lopunny from doing its own Fake Out. And it also, Serena's a physical wall in this set, which is going to live anything Lopunny does, up to and including a Fire Punch. And then Serena can deliver a high jump kick that's guaranteed to OHKO Lopunny 100% of the time, assuming I hit. So there's that. So let's go ahead and start the match, and I'll show you what I did. Yeah. I'm going to go to really slow mode. So I was going to 100% every single time, no matter what, 100%, 100%, 100%, start Serena in this match. Because I knew that Queenly Majesty would prevent a Fake Out, and I would do a high jump kick, and it was going to be 100% OHKO against Lopunny or against a Zoroark pretending to be Lopunny. That was what I needed to do. Start Serena. But then I got in my head, which is the theme of this match, and I saw that CO brought Delmice, which is, or Delmise, I don't know, Mrs. Nerd's going to be all over this for mispronunciation, I can already tell. Delmice Anchor, the Anchor, is a ghost type, which means it's immune to high jump kick, and high jump kick, if you don't know, if you miss, you take half damage, like 50% of your health as damage. So I really wanted to make sure that I didn't do a high jump kick into the Anchor and cause 50% of Serena's health to go away. I should have been aggressive and just dealt with the fact that that was a possibility and tried to I shouldn't say knock off because that's the name of a move, but try and kill either Lopunny or Zoroark and get a huge threat off the board early. Instead, I led with a Alolan Raichu, who also had Fake Out, as I said. Now here's the problem. I'm an idiot, is part of it. I thought, oh, I'll do a Fake Out and maybe I'll catch Lopunny and then I can switch or whatever. But Lopunny has Fake Out and is faster than Raichu, and the way that resolves itself is his Fake Out goes first and then my Fake Out does nothing. So what I should have done is the plan that I had from the beginning, and as soon as he led Lopunny, I should have hot switched into Serena, used the ability to stop Fake Out from happening, and then high jump kicked. But I was distracted during this match. I got inside my own head about the entire thing, and I didn't do that. So, let's watch. So what I did is I did Fake Out, and obviously it doesn't work. Lopunny goes first, gets its own Fake Out off, and I lose 38% for absolutely no reason. Didn't even do a Psychic to kill the Lopunny. I just did nothing. I flinch, and nothing happens. So then I do the switch that I should have done at the beginning, and I switch, I believe, into Serena, but CO also switches into the Anchor, which is the worst possible situation for Serena to switch into. Okay, let's switch this to just regular slow, because it's taking forever. Okay, so Serena comes in. I can't stay in against Delmise, because Serena has no moves that hurt Delmise. It's immune to all of them, so I switch again into Decidueye. And CO does an Anchor Shot, which is going to keep my Decidueye in the match, no matter what. It can't leave. So right here, I switch instead of Anchor Shotting. Oh, I don't know why I was able to leave. Okay, maybe Anchor Shot doesn't do that. Or maybe it doesn't do it to ghosts. That's probably what it is. Anyway, so I switch back into Serena for some reason. And he switches again into Galvantula, which I also do not want to take a Bug Buzz with Serena, because Bug Buzz freaking kills Serena. It kills Serena. It kills Absol. It's bad. It kills Raichu. You just stay away from Bug Buzz. However, Marowak is 4 times resistant to Bug Buzz, so Marowak comes in and takes almost no damage and is able to get a Fire Punch off. But as I saw in practice, CO is running a Focus Sash to get the Sticky Web up. So I do that, break the Sash. It gets 1% left. And then it's going to do a Hidden Power, I think Ground, probably. Get a nice chip damage off on Marowak, and then take the second Fire Punch to die. So then Galvantula's gone, and now I have to deal with the Sticky Web for the rest of the match, which makes my Pokemon move at 2/3 speed. So in comes Nidoking. Now, Nidoking is probably the most likely target outside of Lopunny to be Zoroark, because the thing about Zoroark is it's a Dark type, so it's going to want to disguise itself as something that's weak to Psychic, because you want to draw a Psychic attack out. Zoroark is immune to Psychic, and it really fucks things up for your opponent. So he does a U-turn, which tells me nothing, because I didn't pay that much attention to what Zoroark's moveset was. But he does a U-turn, and it does nothing to Marowak that's quad resistant to Bug, and it gets back out. So then he switches, but see, he drew, by bringing in Marowak, he draws me, and this never happens to me. Like I said, I was distracted. Normally, I don't do these things, and I'm just, this whole match is so frustrating, even for me to watch it back, but I try to catch Nidoking and kill it with a Bone Meringue, which is a ground ability. Instead, he brings in Cresselia, who has Levitate, does nothing. Okay, well, I have I have Shadow Bone, which should kill Cresselia, or at least do a shitload of damage to it. He predicts that too and switches into Lopunny. which is also immune to that. So at this point, I'm just floundering and doing like the stupidest moves, not predicting well at all, and just letting CO do whatever he wants. Gets another fake out off, and at this point, my Marowak is basically gonna die. So I take the Drain Punch, let Marowak die, and I switch into Serena, which is the switch I should have made from the beginning. Both times he did fake out, I should have switched into Serena. But now I get to do what I was trying to do at the beginning. CO throws out a Fire Punch, which is going to do nothing because I'm a physical wall, and then I get the high jump kickoff, which will OHKO, and I also get the crit. So I did like 200% damage to that son of a bitch, or 150% damage to Lopunny. So CO didn't get to do what he was hoping with Lopunny, and I got to hit it really hard. Now this is where I make the dumbest decision of the entire match. I stay in with a Serena against Dhelmise with Rapid Spin and High Jump Kick as my only attacks, which Rapid Spin and High Jump Kick are both ineffective against Ghost. It's super effective, or it's immune. It can't happen. So I get Anchor Shotted. I can't leave, and I do Rapid Spin because I'm an idiot. So now I have to sit here, and I'm just going to skip turns because we fart around and nothing happens, and eventually I just start high jump kicking so I can kill myself because I've wasted my Serena. It was the stupidest decision. So I bring in Decidueye, another really... This is where I start. I was up freaking, 6-5 and then 5-4, and I had the momentum, and I made the mistake with the two switches, the ground into the Levitate and then the Ghost into the normal type. And then I do this shit. I bring in Decidueye, then I Serena, let it die for absolutely no reason. Then I bring in Decidueye to go against Dhelmise, which is 100% the wrong move because there's a sticky web and Dhelmise is just going to outspeed. So I do a Sucker Punch, which does no damage, and then have to take this Shadow Claw that kills. No reason to do that. Basically sacrifice one of my best Pokemon for no reason. So then I do the play that I should have done the first time against the Anchor, and I bring out Absol, which is of course going to do a knockoff that kills this thing easily, and I should have done it from the beginning. So it dies, but at this point I've just basically hamstrung myself because I'm letting CO get inside my own head and just being distracted. So at this point I don't know if this is Zoroark or if it's Nidoking. I do a knockoff. It almost kills, but it is, in fact, Nidoking. So then he does a Sucker Punch, which is going to kill my Absol. And now I'm stuck with the Koko-Raichu combination. So I bring in Koko because I want to get Electric Surge Terrain Extender up to get 8 turns of double speed on Raichu. But at this point, it's too little too late. He's going to bring in... he's going to do an Earth Power to kill this thing easily, because it's, 2/3 speed, not Choice Scarfed or anything. So I'm going to bring in Raichu, which does outspeed, and I'm going to be able to kill with... Alright, he's going to bring in Zoroark. No, he's going to... Yeah. But I predict that. I don't do a Psychic, because I know that... Or no, I do a Fake Out here, because I'm trying to... the thing I prepared for Zoroark is to be able to suss it out immediately. So I do a Fake Out. Reveals that Cresselia is in fact a Zoroark, and then I have no move to make. I assume I'm going to get Sucker Punched to death, so I just do an Extreme Speed so I can get chip damage off. What I should have done is a Thunderbolt. At least then it would have been a 2-0 instead of a 3-0, but instead I do that. He gets the Dark Pulse off and kills my last Pokemon. So, I learned a lot from this match, to just get out of my own head and play my style and not let my opponent dictate what I'm going to do. And I made a lot of really stupid mistakes. But, I'm glad that I lost to CO because he's my friend and I want him to win every match he has, even when they're against me. So, yeah, that's what happened.